Welcome to the Classy Career Girl podcast. I'm your host, Anna Runyon, founder and CEO of Classy Career Girl, one of Forbes' most influential career sites. This is a podcast for a community of women who want to turn their passions into work they love. You'll learn how to become happy, successful, and balanced with class, skill, and style. We believe that you can create your future. So stop delaying your great life. Go put yourself out there. You can have your great life and career right now. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Classy Career Girl podcast. Happy Monday. I am super excited to record this brand new episode for you here in 2023. One of my goals is to record brand new episodes. So in the past, you guys know I had a baby a year ago and life's been a little crazy. We moved from San Diego to Wisconsin. So life's been crazy over the last couple of years. So I haven't been able to give as much to the podcast, but my goal this year is to record brand new episodes instead of using recordings of old trainings and old content. So you guys get the best of Classy Career Girl here on today's episode. So let's dive in. Today we are talking about strategies for finding and landing your dream job. And I often call this the get hired fast formula. So if you are ready to land a job that you love, today I'm going to show you how to land that next new job. My goal is in the next 30 days to get you into that dream job using the strategies I teach on the podcast episode today. Even if you have little experience or you're making a big pivot, you can do this using the strategies. My goal here on this podcast is to really help you get started, really help you be able to take action and to make progress using what you learn for free here on the podcast. Because if you like what's on the podcast, you're going to love my membership, you're going to love my certification program, but my goal really is to give you everything you need for free here on this podcast to help you make progress on today's episode. So let's talk about why this is so important. Why is getting hired fast? Why is this formula I'm going to teach you? Why is it so important? So if there is one thing that will slow you down when you're trying to make a career change, it's wasting time. So we want to make sure that you're not wasting time when it comes to making a career change. So wasting time includes anything that's not going to get you hired quickly. We want this to happen fast. No more waiting the whole year and not reaching your career goals. Because let's face it, we don't have time to waste. Time is so fast. Time goes by so fast, especially now that I have kids. I have a 1-year-old, a 4-year-old, and an 8-year-old. I know that time flies. We have no time to waste. Time is money when you are job searching, because the sooner that you get that dream job, the sooner you get paid, right? The sooner you get that new salary, the sooner you find career fulfillment rather than just looking for the next job. We don't want to get stuck again. So I want you to find a job that's going to help you build your resume and get you the experience you need to continue growing in your career. So we aren't going to look for just any old job out there. That is a mistake. We're not just going to hop online and look for any old job. We want you to get you headed in the right direction of your dream job. So most people just apply over and over again to jobs that they might kind of be qualified for, they might be interested in. That is not our strategy here. That is not what we teach inside of my membership site class. We have this whole training program called Love Your Career Formula. And in that formula, we don't make mistakes of wasting time applying over and over again for any old job. So if you've been applying to jobs and are not hearing back and are completely frustrated, I totally understand. I am so sorry that's happening to you. I'm here to teach you another way that actually works. So when you're on the job hunt, you have to be focused only on the activities that have the best chances of working. So we have to focus on the 20% of job search activities that's going to get you the 80% of the results. If you've ever heard of the Pareto principle, you know what I'm talking about. And my Get Hired Fast formula doesn't include applying for jobs over and over again and waiting to hear back, because who has time for that? Who wants to do that? That's very frustrating. Instead, it puts you in the driver's seat so you can make progress and get the results that you want. By applying over and over again, you may get a job, you might get hired, but is it truly your ideal job? Or is it just, oh, this first person called back and I interviewed and I got hired. And oh, I guess this is not my new job. So everything in this formula is designed to help you focus only on what works. We aren't going to waste your time because I know you're busy. I know you have little time to waste. When I was job searching, I wasted a lot of time. I was really frustrated by online job applications. I was also frustrated interviewing over and over again, but never being the one who actually got hired. What was I doing wrong? It wasn't until I started job searching the right way that I'm going to teach you today did I finally start getting hired for jobs that I never even believed were even possible. It was like they were created just for me, which is an incredible feeling. So what I really want you to know is that there is a job out there right now designed perfectly for you. We just have to find it or create it. And I'm going to tell you exactly how to do that today. So this is good stuff. I can't wait to share this with you. The first thing we always do, and I do this with all my clients, we got to talk about mindset first. You need to have a certain mindset to get hired fast. So in order to get yourself out of being stuck in your career, you have to first change how you are thinking. Often we are stuck in this mindset that makes us feel even worse than ever. And these mindset traps can really trap you and keep you stuck so that you don't find your dream career. Negative thoughts will cause you to not feel confident in interviews. They'll have you not feel confident during networking. And so negative thoughts will also make you feel like you aren't good enough and that you will never get that dream job. Have you been thinking this way? So have you had any of these thoughts? I'll never get hired. I hate interviews. I don't qualify for any of these job postings. I have no idea what I want to do with my life. I am not good enough. There is so much competition out there. They will never pick me. I have no experience. If you have ever thought any of these, it's totally normal. I've thought all of these at some point during my job search journey. And the most important thing you can do today is recognize that you have these thoughts. It's okay. And realize that they're holding you back from finding your dream career. We all have negative thoughts. And the important thing is that you become aware of these thoughts that you're telling yourself and you catch yourself thinking and repeat a positive affirmation that can help you move forward instead. That's what we want to do. These thoughts will prevent you from getting hired. And instead, here are some affirmations that I repeated to myself every day when I was job searching. Do this morning, afternoon, night, whenever you're feeling those negative thoughts, journal through those and say these to yourself. Right now, the job I am looking for is looking for me. I am a great employee. Any employer is lucky to have me. I am an asset to any organization, and I prove it in every interview. Every time I interview for a job, I exude confidence and energy. Amazing opportunities are appearing in my life out of nowhere. I am ready for my interviews. I am confident in my interviews. I am successful in my interviews. I am creating the career of my dreams. Don't you just feel better hearing those? You have to repeat these affirmations every single day. It's a non-negotiable. So I want to back up. I want to tell you about my getting hired story. This was back in 2013. I was terribly stuck after job searching for years. I had many interviews, but was never the final one hired. It's so frustrating when that happens. I had a great resume and cover letter. I had that cover letter and resume reviewed by other career coaches. This was before I was a career coach, and other resume experts. And that's where actually I learned all about becoming a career coach. So I was trying to figure out, what was I doing wrong? Something needed to change. I was getting far during the interviews, never the one hired. So looking back, I can see that something better was coming. And I'm so glad I didn't get hired at those jobs because I never would have been able to find my dream job that was right around the corner. So this is important. If you are frustrated with your lack of results, know that something better is coming. Your dream career is right in front of you and you are on the right path. You are in the right place. Something wasn't working in my current search at that time, so I knew I had to do something different. I had to start from the beginning. I went back to a simple exercise that I did in the beginning of my job search. And this is an exercise that we teach inside of Love Your Career Formula, inside of my membership. I listed all of my ideal career targets and I made a long list of all the jobs I would love to have. And from there, I narrowed it down to the 20 careers that would be the most fun and that matched my values. And at that time, I really wanted to become a mom. This was before my first daughter was born. So flexibility and family were values of mine. And I also really wanted a job where I could teach and train adults, and that sounded like a ton of fun. So from there, I was able to narrow down my career target list to 10. And then eventually I kept working on it and I narrowed down my career targets to 3. And I took my list of 3 dream jobs and I started doing informational interviews and only looking for jobs online for those 3 jobs. I created specific resumes and specific cover letters for each of those jobs. And I started reading books and staying up to date with those industries. I started researching my dream companies that I would love to be able to work at. I did informational interviews with people who worked at those companies. And I also told everyone I knew what I was looking for. I also tried to get as much experience as possible to put on my resume for each of my 3 dream jobs. Now, one of those dream jobs was to become a professor. So in my day job that I was kind of stuck at, I looked for as many opportunities as I could to get to teach and train other employees. And I applied to become an adjunct professor at that company I worked for. And I eventually became the leader of the training team at that company as well. So all of these activities I was doing, they were in my spare time at my day job, which I was stuck at, very frustrated with. But it helped me create my future. And I started gaining control of the experience that I wanted and that my boss wasn't giving it to me. So I was finding other ways to add to my resume myself. And from there, I started to brainstorm ways of how I could get more teaching and training experience from my own website. So I offered a course and I posted weekly videos of me teaching something, and I added classycareergirl.com to my resume at that time, and I listed all the ways that I had experienced teaching and training. So instead of spending hours searching for jobs that would fit me, I had a keyword search. At the time, I was using Indeed.com that would email me jobs that would be a great fit. So one day I had a job emailed to me that was a perfect job for me. The title was Professor of Career Development at a university, and I grabbed my brand new resume I had right there with all of that teaching experience I got myself. My boss didn't give it to me, I got that myself, and I submitted that resume. I was so scared. I had never worked at a university or had any formal teaching experience. And it didn't matter. I was hired for the position because of the experience that I created for myself. So once I got focused on what my dream job really was, then I figured out the experience that I needed to reach that goal. And then I created my own resume and got my dream job, that job that felt perfect for me. So this is important. Your perfect job is out there for you. You will find it. So now I want to go over the steps of the Get Hired Fast formula. There are 3 steps. And the first step is very related to the story that we talked about. It's getting focused on your ideal career. So you are going to be tempted to cast a wide net when you start your job search, especially if you are desperate to find a new position. But you are wasting time if you apply for jobs that don't really interest you. And it's hard to job search when you aren't excited about the career you are going for. And this is going to show when you network and interview, and you're not going to get the job if you're not excited and passionate about it and actually really interviewing for a career you want. So instead, everything that we do is extremely focused. We want to focus on job searching for your ideal career. Not only will you be more successful, but you'll also have a way more fun searching for an exciting job you would love to have. When you know your ideal career, we can get clear on your transferable skills. So transferable skills are talents and abilities that can be used in many different jobs and career paths. So if you are not sure whether or not you have any experience for your dream job, most positions involve working with others, research and planning skills, computer and technical skills. I won't go through all the steps to identify your ideal career. I just want you to remember that when you're job searching, it's not about applying to 100 jobs. It's about focusing on what is that ideal career for you. And this step is really just to get that right mindset that it's going to help you stay focused on that ideal career. Once you know your ideal career, think about all the ways you can create your own experiences that you can then add to your resume. Your job now is to look at job descriptions, see what your resume is missing when it comes to those qualifications of those dream jobs that you really want. Try to narrow it down to 3. So I went from 20 to 10 to 3. You can do the same and figure out what those skill sets are that companies are looking for in that dream job. It doesn't matter if you don't have it. It doesn't matter. How can you learn more about the field? Are there courses you can take or books you can read? Are there volunteer opportunities or internships you can get to add to your experience to your resume? Remember, internships are not just for college students. I had internships when I was fully employed and later on in my career and life as well too. Maybe you can start a blog or a YouTube channel in the field to start sharing what you're learning and also to grow your personal brand. So that is step 1, getting focused on your ideal career, narrowing down those ideal career targets, and figuring out how you can create that experience and that skills that you can add yourself to your resume. You do not have to wait for someone else to give you that experience. Step 2 then is to ask for help from your network. Most of the time, we don't ask for help because we're scared. We're scared to put our dreams out there. But when we're focused on our ideal careers, it's so much easier for people to help you. That's why step 1 is so important. No one can help you if you don't know what you need. If you don't know what your ideal career is, no one's going to be able to help you. I used to do a lot of informational interviews, and I had someone actually do an informational interview with me and ask me questions about my prior career as a consultant. And I asked her, what is your ideal career? What career do you want? And she said she didn't know. Now, when you're networking and you tell the person you're networking with that you don't know what your ideal career is, or you don't know what even career you even want, that leaves a bad impression. It makes me think, oh, I'm not going to refer this person to my company because she doesn't even know what career she wants. That's why step 1 is so important. So when I was desperate for a career change, I committed to a networking challenge where I met with 4 people I didn't know every month and 4 people I did know. And most of the time, people think networking is all about meeting new people and trying to get a new job from someone they don't already know. But the reality is your current network is an excellent place to start because they already know you and want to help you. So once you're focused on your ideal career, it's going to be so much easier to have other people help you rather than just I need a new job. It's really hard to help someone who just needs a new job. Well, what kind of job do you want? People are going to struggle to help you find a job. But if you tell them you're looking for a job in graphic design at a tech company, it's going to be much easier for them to know how to help you. So first, make a long list of everyone that you know. Here's some ideas to get you thinking: college friends, professors, former coworkers, friends of the family, neighbors, your social media network. I know you already have followers and friends on your social media, your personal Facebook profiles, your Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn. Here's an email that you can send to everyone in your network. Hi, first name. It's been forever since we chatted, so I wanted to reach out and see how you are doing. Would love to catch up on the phone or Zoom sometime over the next month if you are available. I'm reaching out because this is where you state your reason here. I'm looking for my next opportunity in blank, and I hope you might be able to help. Do you know of anyone in the industry that you're looking at? Insert here, that you could introduce me for a 15-minute informational interview. Looking forward to catching up. Now, this is personalized. We're not just spamming our whole LinkedIn connections. Please don't do that. I just had someone do that to me last week, and it was someone who I used to be very close with years ago. He really should have personalized that one. It did not go over well with me. So I always recommend adding something specific to that email, to that LinkedIn message, such as, how is your job at blank going these days? Like, personalize where they work. Personalize, like, how is your dog doing if you know that they have a dog that they love or something like that. That's going to help make it a little more personal, and they will be much more likely to hit reply. Now, you might be wondering, why are you reaching out to people who aren't in the career that you even want to have? There's a couple reasons. First, starting to share your goals and dreams with people you know is the best way to start to build confidence and clarity. And you're going to want to start to build that team of cheerleaders who are excited for you. Everyone is excited when they see someone going after their goals. We want our friends and family members to succeed, right? And then second, getting a referral is one of the best ways to get your dream career. Many companies won't even post their jobs publicly, and they rely heavily on referrals to get top talent. Not only that, but referrals will go to the top of the line instead of having to compete with hundreds of other people. So our goal really is to get an introduction for an informational interview. And then we have step 3. So step 3 is to be visible. What if you don't know anyone in the field you want to go into, Anna? Well, this is a common concern. I get it. So in this step, we're going to get in front of the people who can help us get hired at our dream job. So I recently interviewed author Fawn Germer. She was a guest speaker inside of our class membership, and she gave a great tip that I love to get in front of our dream employers. Here's her advice. She said, get on LinkedIn, add leaders within the companies you want to work at. So this is where step 1 is so important, right? Like narrowing down your ideal career, narrowing down our ideal companies that we want to work with. In this step, we're going to stalk them and comment on what those companies are posting. Then we can send a message to the people that are posting and comment on the employees that work at that company as well, so that they start to understand and get to know you, and they're like, oh, this person's really engaging and really commenting. And like, trust me, from someone who has a social media profiles, I know who comments a lot. I see that. And you can then, once they know you, once you're commenting and they start to know your username and your profile, you can send them a message that says, I really like what you said about blank. I want to join your company. Can we do coffee on Zoom for 15 minutes? See, if they already know that you're commenting and liking, they're going to be so much more appreciative of the support that you're providing them on social media. Now, before you do this, it's incredibly important that you have a great LinkedIn profile, because they'll probably come check you out. So if you feel uncomfortable sending the other email that I said, here's another option. You could also say, hi, first name, I hope you are doing well. I am reaching out because this is where you state your reason here, like I'm looking for my next opportunity, and I hope you might be able to help. My passion and desire is to become, this is where you put your career target, and your background and experience will be invaluable to me as I pursue my career. At your convenience, I would like to schedule a 15-minute informational interview with you in person or over the phone. And the purpose of the meeting is to gather additional information that will better assist me with my career decisions. Thank you in advance for any help you can provide. I look forward to catching up, and put your name. I didn't plan on saying this, but definitely an additional way to stand out is to record that as a video or audio. Because as I was reading it and saying it, I could totally see you doing this as a video and sending the video out to the people that you're connecting with. And I think that would just go so far, especially now because video is so important. So here are some ideas of where to find people to contact. LinkedIn. So you can search people who work at your dream company and look for first and second degree connections where you can start to reach out to people. You can look in LinkedIn groups. If you're not first or second degree connections, check out what groups the people of interest are in and then join those groups. Because when you share a group affiliation through LinkedIn, that allows you to contact fellow members directly. You can also look at company websites, see their team who works there. You can look those people up on LinkedIn, and then professional organizations as well. If you go to networking events and professional organizations, that helps you add more people to your LinkedIn account. So when you have only the shared group affiliation on LinkedIn, consider something more like emailing people and saying, hi, first name, you and I are both members of the blank group here on LinkedIn. I noticed that you work for blank. I absolutely love blank. May I ask you 2 very quick questions about your experience working there? You could also, after that conversation, you can also follow up with a message. Thanks so much. It's been great talking with you. Hey, I noticed that this company is looking for blank. So you're talking to the person who works at your dream company. I noticed that your company is looking for this job title. Would you happen to know the person I could talk to get some additional information on this position? So remember, this is an ask, but it's after you've already built a relationship and already made a connection with this person. This works, but first you have to be focused on your ideal career target and dream companies. Once you do that, everything else becomes so much easier. You'll learn all of these steps in our Love Your Career formula. Come join us inside of my class membership, and you can go through all of these steps step by step. But today you have everything you need right now to get started, to get hired fast. So remember, this strategy takes consistent action every single day. Don't think you can just send one email and you're going to get hired. The more time you put into your job search, the better your results. And when you have 15 minutes here and there, use that time to send an email or to search LinkedIn for your favorite companies. Batch your activities, so if you have a block of time, don't waste it scouring a job search site. Instead, set those job search sites to send emails directly to you and use your time for networking instead. Spend the majority of your time, like 80% of your available job search time, identifying your ideal career and reaching out to people who you already know, and then people who you don't know. And spend less time, I say 20% of your available job search time, applying for jobs online. One thing is for sure, to get hired, there's gonna be rejections, there's gonna be no responses. You'll need to take imperfect action and keep your motivation up as needed so you can get clarity and confidence in your ideal career fit. Just remember, your dream career is on its way. Each rejection or no callback gets you closer to your perfect career. It's out there, you just have to find it. So as long as you don't give up, you're never gonna fail. You got this. You know I'm cheering you on. Let me know how this episode was. If this helped you, if you're putting these strategies in place, please send me a message on Instagram at Classy Career Girl, and I will see you next time. Hey there, thank you so much for listening to today's episode of the Classy Career Girl podcast. If you want to dive in deeper with me, get more free training and advice to help you find a job or business you love that supports the life that you really want, I'd love to invite you to check out more of my free blog posts, more free videos, and to give you the opportunity to download my free 90-day planning workbook. The best place to get started is to go to www.classycareergirl.com/free stuff. And that will guide you to the best place to start. So I look forward to helping you and supporting you further in reaching your goals and dreams. I will see you soon.